As a preliminary matter, this is Scott Kinter filling in for Woody Knight, Chair of the Newbury Planning Board. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Planning Board members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Looks like Peter isn't going to make it. Or is Peter here?
He's running late, but not here yet.
Larry Murphy? Scott Kinter, aye. Steve Mangian?
Here.
Mary Stone?
She's not going to make it tonight.
Okay. Town staff, Kristen Grubbs?
Here.
Sadie Woodward?
You're muted, Sadie.
Can you hear me?
That's all right. I see Sadie. Okay, excellent. So opening statement from me for Woody. Introduction to remote meeting. Good evening. The October 1st, 2025 open meeting of the Newbury Planning Board is being conducted remotely consistent with Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2025, which extends the Governor's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, GL C30A 20 until June 30th, 2027 or 2027. For this meeting, the Newbury Planning Board is convening by video conference or convening by video conference via Zoom as posted on the Planning Board's agenda, which can be found on the town's website. You may join us by going to http://zoom.us and entering meeting ID 832-7141-3056, passcode 108790, or by calling 1-929-205-6099 US, New York, and entering the meeting ID number and passcode when prompted. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that attendees are participating by video and/or telephone conference. The meeting is also being broadcast live through local access cable channel 9 on Zoom and https://newburytv.wixsite.com/tnctv, and the recording will be available on the Newbury Access YouTube channel. Here are the meeting business ground rules. Before we turn to the first item on the agenda, permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business to ensure accurate meeting minutes. As filling in for the chair, I or Woody, when he arrives, will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After speakers conclude their remarks, I will go down the list of board members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, questions, or motions. For all attendees, except board members and staff, please remember to mute your audio when you are not speaking. On Zoom, use the mute button. On a phone, use *6 to toggle mute/unmute. There will be an opportunity for public comment and questions during the public hearing. After board members have spoken, Woody, or actually Pete, will afford the public an opportunity to comment and/or ask questions. Woody or Pete will seek questions and comments through the Zoom raise hand function. Video conference participants, to raise your hand, hover over the bottom of the Zoom window below the photo gallery and click on the image of the hand that appears. Please ensure your name is fully and correctly displayed on the participant list. To the telephone participants, to raise your hand in a Zoom meeting, hit *9 on your phone keypad. Woody or Pete will then allow questions and comments from members of the public who have raised their hands in the order in which they are listed which is determined by the order in which people click on the raised hand function. Each participant will be called on to provide his or her name and address, and then may ask a question or make a comment. Please do your best to keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. Your hand will be lowered when you have been given the floor for your questions. Woody or Pete will provide or will afford the applicant or his or her representative the opportunity to reply. Woody or Pete will then continue down the list of those in the raised hand column and again afford the applicant or representative an opportunity to speak. Should there be a written submittal of questions or concerns, they will be noted for the record. The applicant will be afforded the opportunity to speak if the issues raised have not yet been addressed. Finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call vote. Meeting specific notes for 10/1/2025. Planners report, Kristen Sadie to speak with some updates.
Scott, thank you so very much. I love pinch hitting and you did a fantastic job. I see a future for you. I really do.
Well, last night we had a great pinch hit. I'm not sure if it was a single or a double, but it brought in 2 runs. And if you're wanting me to pinch hit for the Sox, I will not be able to make that.
Righty. My apologies to all board members and to the public for tardiness. I'm on the road and just trying to navigate communication. So I think we'll move right into the planners report. If you wouldn't mind, Kristen, thanks.
Sure. I just wanted to double check since there is one item before the 7:15 agenda. Do you want to jump to the A&R and save the planners report? Or
Sure thing.
what?
Absolutely. Go right ahead. Let's do that, please.
Okay. So we have on the agenda an appearance submission 5 and 5R High Road and South Pond Street, submission of Form A and plan for approval not required, lot line joining, Newbury Assessor's Map U06-0-22 and U06-0-23, and Newburyport parcel 23-38. Owner is Marie Teresa Vander Sand and applicant is Blake Wilcox. I believe attorney Jeff Roloffs is representing the applicant tonight. Welcome.
Thank you. That's correct. Kristen, do you want to pull the A&R plan up or do you want me to share that? I'm happy to do that if you want.
Yeah, I'll let you do it.
Okay,
and
thank
I
you.
will give you-
Maybe I'll first introduce myself. I'm Jeff Roloffs, attorney for Blake Wilcox. With me this evening is Everett Chandler, the surveyor who prepared the plan. So if you have detailed questions, I'll defer to Everett. Blake Wilcox is actually participating in the Newburyport Planning Board meeting this evening because they are reviewing the same plan with the same endorsement request as is pending before you. So this is the plan. It's pretty simple. We're seeking an A&R endorsement of the plan. The endorsement will confirm that what we're showing in this plan is not a subdivision. And 2, by endorsing it, that enables us to record the plan at the registry, which is helpful. The purpose of having this plan prepared and recorded at the registry is to, to facilitate references to Lot B, which is the proposed lot here, combining what's currently referenced in the deed as Parcel 3 and Parcel 2. So Lot B is, our plan shows the consolidation of these 2 parcels here. This one being what's referenced as Parcel 2, this one up here as Parcel 3. The consolidated lot would be what's referenced here as Lot B, 5R High Road. So the question before the board is, does the plan depict a subdivision or not? And if it doesn't, then your role is to vote to endorse the plan so that we can record it. So with that presentation, I'll turn it back to the board.
Great. Kristen, do you have any other insight that you want to add before I ask the board questions?
No, I just want to welcome Woody, Chair. We've had some pinch hitting for you, Woody, tonight so far from your chair, your planning board colleagues. But
Thank
welcome.
you.
I don't
Mr.
have more comments, but I know these guys are available for questions if you have any.
Mr. Chairman, if I could just quickly also add on, again, Jeff Roloffs for the applicant, Blake Wilcox. Blake just joined the meeting, and that's because the Newburyport Planning Board just voted to endorse this plan. So I just wanted to communicate that to the board. And Blake is on if you have questions.
Okay, thank you, Jeff.
Yep.
I'll start with the members of the board. Peter, do you have any questions on this plan?
I do not, sir. Thank you.
All right. Scott? Sure who we have here.
I think you're muted, Scott.
No questions, Woody. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I took you out of order. Sorry, Larry. Larry, do you have any questions on the plan?
Lot 3 and Lot B, they currently in common ownership, or is something being transferred here?
Well, Lot B is the proposed lot reference, which is the consolidation of parcel 2, which is this lot in the middle, and parcel 3 up here. And the answer to your question is yes, they're currently in common ownership.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
That's all I had.
All right, thank you, Larry. Steve, do you have any questions or comments?
No questions, Woody. Thank you.
All right. And I have not, I'm familiar with the property. I have no questions. Kristen, do you have anything else to add to this before I ask for a motion?
Nope. I have reviewed the materials before and met with Blake and Jeff, and it's all in order from my perspective. It's basically getting the survey to reflect what the deed describes and
Okay.
clarifying the perimeter boundary lines.
Yep. All right, thank you, Kristen. With that said, if there's no additional questions or comments, I'd entertain a motion to endorse the A&R plan entitled Plan of Land for 5 High Road and the combined 5R High and South Pond Street, Newbury and Newburyport, Mass. Surveyed for the Joppa Group by Winter GEC LLC. And I'd entertain a motion if anyone has one.
So move.
Thank you, Larry. Do I have a second?
Second?
Thank you, Peter. Roll call vote. Pete,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
and Steve,
Yes.
and I vote yes as well. Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Blake.
Thank you. Appreciate your time on this.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep, everyone have a good night.
Thank you.
All right, I believe that brings us to 7:15. Yep, we had 2 minutes over. I apologize. First public hearing this evening is 100 High Road definitive subdivision. Application for 2-lot subdivision at 100 High Road, assessors map R34, lot 21, property owner Tom Nevy, 1 High Road LLC, applicant Representative John Moran, PE, and the Moran Cameron Group Incorporated. I believe the applicant has requested in writing in a continuance of the public hearing to October 15th, 2025 for the purpose of allowing time for the town's council to review the legal documents. So we'll see them on the 15th. I need a motion to continue the public hearing. I'd entertain a motion to continue the public hearing
So
for
moved.
100 High Road, October 15th at 7:15 via Zoom.
So moved.
Thank you, Scott.
Second.
Thank you, Steve. Roll call vote. Pete,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
and I vote yes as well. We'll see 100 High Road on the 15th. Second public hearing. This is a public hearing continuance for 34 Central Street, level 2 site plan review. Application for Byfield Heights at 44 Newbury multifamily development in the Newbury zoning bylaw section 97-4G MBTA communities, multifamily overlay district at 34 Central. Assessors map R19-0-19. Owner Melody and Robert Pritchard, applicant Massachusetts Housing Opportunities Corporation LLC. I'd like to welcome Mike Ives and Jerry Welch, attorney Mark Bobrowski, Christian Smith, engineer, Fields Associates, and any others that may be here for the matter.
That's the roster, Mr. Chairman. Mark Bobrowski for MHOC. My office is in Concord. Good evening to you and to the board. I think it's pretty quick and dirty work for me. Christian has been talking with Joe Sawatka on and off since our last meeting, and I'm going to turn it over to him to give you a progress report.
Okay,
Thank you, Mark. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. So as Mark said, we have been working at addressing the final comments that were not able to be addressed for the previous submittal, which was just prior to, I believe it was the hearing on the 17th. And we did provide, at the request of municipal council as well as planning, a graded designed connector road. I can share that plan, Kristen, unless you or Sadie would like to put that up.
That's fine. If you should be able to share it if you would like to.
Okay, let me give it a shot here. Right. Let me see if I can get it here. Okay, that's the landscape plan, not what I'm looking for. And I just need to scroll here. All right, my apologies, some technical difficulties. There we go. Okay. Apologies for how long that took. That was a bit arduous. So in any event, as we were asked, we have designed this road with a bottomless box culvert and a small riprap plunge pool at the outlet end of that within the wetland. And this plan was embellished so that it can also be used by Norse Environmental with the Conservation Commission and DEP specific to the wetland impact, which is hatched, labeled, and then the mitigation area in the same area or same surface area as the impact is also shown on this plan. It came out pretty cleanly. There was not a lot of complication. And with that, we have submitted that, by the way, to planning and to Mr. Sawatka. We have not heard any comments back on that particular situation yet. And then to follow up, we did, at the approval of the homeowner at the last hearing, authorize our survey company to go out and field locate the well at 3 Central Court, which was located very close to what the homeowner had expressed. And you can see this is the red circle is the 100-foot radius around that. We have about 102.5 feet to the edge of what is the impervious liner, probably 103, 104 feet to the actual proposed leach bed itself. So that is in addition, you know, it meets regulation and is not problematic to the location of the septic system as designed. We have worked through virtually all of Joe Sirwatka's comments. The last one that is outstanding is the mounting analysis for the septic area, which we are actively working on. So that is a process where we have to determine a reasonable loading to the fields. Obviously, all of this septic flow does not enter the fields at one time. It's typically, a customary breakout is over the course of 12 hours, because obviously people aren't using much water overnight, by and large. So then we figure out if that changes the groundwater elevation below the beds. If so, to what extent? And that may cause us to have to adjust slightly the basically the bottom elevation of the bed, because following Title V, you need to have the 4 feet separation from the resultant water elevation of the groundwater based on the mounding analysis. We intend to have everything wrapped up in one submittal by the deadline of a week from yesterday. Excuse me, a week from today to planning, and that would put us in position to hopefully have everything squared away with Joe shortly after that. I believe we've addressed absolutely everything else on his comments. And the final thing I would mention is that there was a comment specific to the Byfield water situation out in front of the property. We know that there is adequate capacity. We know that there is adequate pressure to serve the property. It is just a question of now, and they've done a flow test. So the first facet of finalizing everything with Byfield water has been completed. We are actively working with them to go through the determination of exactly what the material is of the existing main out there, and then what the extent of that is, and try and work together with them probably to a cost share situation with the Byfield Water Department, to cover what is along our frontage, and then make the determination if they want to dovetail that into whatever the extent of the possible cementatious asbestos pipe could be. So that is a quick summary. Well, it's longer than I anticipated, Mr. Chairman. I apologize, but that is the quick summary, and I can answer any questions while I have the plan up, or I can stop sharing at this point if that's more appropriate.
Hold off on taking the plan down just in case there's question specific.
Sure.
And thank you, Christian, for your update. I'll turn to the planning board members. Pete, do you have any questions for Christian or the team?
No. So just, I understand, Christian. So we still have to button up septic. We still have to button up water and a final sign off by Joe on all components. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So we're probably going to be continuing this another couple of weeks then?
That was our intent.
Okay, that makes good sense. And I think that'll give an opportunity to allow the questions to be answered. And by chance, did you, because now that you've surveyed this one well of the abutter, have the other wells on the other 2 or 3 abutting properties been identified as well, Christian? I think you're muted, sir. Christian.
Oh, my apologies. I'm sorry, Peter. I was muted. You didn't hear a thing I said. I said I believe the information we got was that the wells on those 3 parcels were well over 100 feet away from the property boundary, but I can certainly confirm that with our surveyors.
That would be helpful, just to make sure that that would be a concern or an issue.
Absolutely.
Great. That's all I have right now, Woody. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Pete, and I'll circle back before we're done here tonight. Larry, do you have any questions for Christian on the team?
I just want to say for the record, even though I missed the last session of the public hearing, I did review the tape, and I have filed the required Mullen certificate. And we just got today an updated architectural review from Martha Taylor. I have not had a chance to read it. Are there any outstanding major issues there that anyone's aware of?
Larry, I have not read it, and I also have not yet sent it to the applicant. So it did just come in
okay.
late afternoon, and forwarded it off to all of you, but my guess is no one's had a chance to possibly review yet.
Okay. No, that's all I had. I just, I think we're moving along and hopefully we can get this thing buttoned up in the very near future.
Okay, thank you, Larry. And we'll get that architectural thing off to the applicants
Thank you.
tomorrow. Kristen, right? Yep,
Yep,
first thing.
yep,
Thank
my
you, Kristen.
apologies.
Yep, no worries. It just came in today. All right, Scott, do you have any questions for the team?
None at this time, Woody. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Scott. And Steve, do you have any questions?
Just one, could you refresh my memory again on whether things are buttoned up with regard to the Concon and the Board of Health?
Yes, Maureen Harold, who is the principal soil scientist and wetland scientist at Norris Environmental, has had an initial hearing with the Conservation Commission. She has filed the notice of intent with the Department of Environmental Services, and I believe the next hearing on the notice of intent is within the next week, maybe two. I don't have an exact date on that, Stephen, but we will certainly keep you apprised as things happen with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Board of Health, Mr. Sawatka is acting as the Board of Health because Deborah is conflicted out for this design because her mother isn't a butter.
Right.
So he is the Board of Health. We have, like I say, we have one final facet of his comments that we're working through design-wise, and we will be buttoning everything up and submitting at the latest a week from tonight.
Right. I know the Concon can take time with the back and forth. And to Peter's question about wells on other properties, I think that'll certainly come up when Joe does the review on behalf of the Board of Health. So we'll see.
Okay, thank you, Steve. And we don't have Mary with us tonight, so that comes to me. I don't have any questions at this moment. Actually, everyone's covered them, I believe, and the update that was very helpful as well. Does anyone else that's already spoke have any questions before I turn to public comment? Speak up or hold your peace. Hearing nothing. Kristen, can you see, or Kristen or Sadie, can you see the raised hand function? Do we have any public comment this evening?
I don't see any raised hands, and I did not receive any new written comments. My only update in terms of new materials is the review letter from Martha, which I will forward to the applicant team.
Okay, very good. And Jay Tellerman's not with us this evening, right? Or he hasn't joined it as of yet, correct?
Correct. Yep, he had
Okay.
a conflict with another meeting.
We exchanged emails before the meeting and I informed him that this is the likely pattern that it would take and that we'd be done relatively quickly, so.
Okay, thank you, Mark. It's helpful. If no one else has any questions or comments, either from the applicants or from the board, please speak up if you do. I'd entertain a motion to continue the public hearing 34 Central Street to October 15th at 7:15 via Zoom.
So moved.
Thank you, Pete. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Steve. Roll call vote. Pete,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
and I vote yes as well. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Mark. And we'll see you in 2 weeks and hopefully we can get this thing buttoned up. get.
Thank
you very
you.
much, folks. You all have a good night, and let's hope the Red Sox finish off those Yankees tonight.
Yeah, that would be a nice thing.
Yeah, it really would.
Yeah.
All right, thank
Have
you
a
very
good-
much.
All right, good
Have a
night.
good evening, everyone. Okay, I'm sorry, I missed the first 11 minutes of the meeting. Did we do, planners report, Kristen?
No, we skipped it.
Okay, do you want to go right into your planners report?
Sure.
Okay,
A few things, a couple announcements and one update. Reminder to the board that we are going to convene again a week from today. Thank you in advance. October 8th at 9 a.m. we will hold a workshop meeting. No public hearings, no permitting projects, but the agenda for that meeting, which we should be posting tomorrow, will be a presentation from Ian Burns, who's contracted with the town to help us look at the possibility of some inclusionary zoning bylaw amendments to consider for town meeting. So Ian will present at the first part of the meeting. We'll have discussion about affordable housing and good inclusionary zoning stuff. And then the second half of the meeting will be Martha Taylor will be updating us with Sadie and me about the work that she's doing for the second phase of recodification bylaw updates, as well as a discussion that we will give you some information to consider in advance relative to some of the possible other amendments for next April's town meeting. So that's on the 8th at 9 a.m. Also on October 8th is a announcement was made today by the town of Newbury's website, social media, Facebook, all of that, about an information session for the first affordable units at Cricket Lane, the 40B housing development off of Pearson Drive. The first phase of that work includes a lottery for 2 of the 3-bedroom homes. Those are single family homes. There are 26 units. They're condo, it's a condo community. But the 2 affordable units are being, there's a lottery. You have to apply for the lottery. It's sort of a complicated process. So that's why there's an information session a week from today at 6 p.m. here at 12 Kent Way in the town offices in the select board hearing room. So please share the word. It's they're 3-bedroom homes and the sale price is $330,000, which is not normal for Newbury. It is a first-time home buyer requirement, and then their income requirements related to the lottery. But we certainly hope a lot of the public will be able to attend and get more information. And then finally, just a quick project update. 84 Boston Road has, I am working with the applicant KNR Construction to continue the conditions in his permit, his site plan permit, to close out. So he has an extension. He has provided the town with a payment to the tree fund. And then the other condition was in the authority of the planning director to review and approve. So I wanted to just share that he's submitted a landscape plan for the tree buffer along the back boundary of his property. It's a 100-foot long, 10-foot wide, 3-foot high loam berm. He's gonna dig the pavement up that's there, replace it with suitable soils, and he's going to plant 4 to 6 native species trees. They're similar to the other trees that were planted on the front of the property, pin oak and spruce. And they'll be spaced appropriately to allow for growth. It all looks good to me, so I am moving forward and telling him, yes, order those trees. We want to help you get this done before things get really cold around here. So he is moving ahead, and I think that will, you know, he'll get that work done, and then it'll come back to the board for the final closeout. And part of that boundary line, in addition to the 100-foot spacing for the tree planting, does include the installation of a gate at the easement that he shares with self-storage. So he's shown that on a plan. He's taking the necessary steps, and I feel good that things are going in the right direction there. That's my update. Happy to answer
Okay,
any
thank you.
questions on any of that or anything else.
All right, I see Steve's got his finger up.
Yep. If I may, Kristen, 3 things. When it comes to the tree planting, do we sometimes consult or work with the tree warden, Tim? In case he has anything to suggest?
Yes, I spoke with him about when we received the contribution for the tree fund, and let him know that this was in the works, and I appreciate you bringing that up. I will definitely follow up with him.
Right. I'll try to remember so I won't ask at the next meeting, as I'm wont to do when I don't remember whether I've asked the question. I think I always ask if there's any updates on the flag grant. That's the thing about federal land access grant that Fish and Wildlife and Newburyport are exploring. I know the consultant's trying to put together a first draft, but I can ask.
Yeah,
in 2
we
weeks.
are, yep. We had a meeting today. They're regular meetings every 2 weeks with that project team. Today we were reviewing some comments that the refuge had given related to the sea level rise projections and design standards for the improvements that the engineering team is working on. And I will just say it was very unfortunate because Ella could not attend because she's been furloughed. So that was a real disappointment to not have her voice at the table on an important project. The next, they're really, it was a lot of talk today, Steve. They're really, they were really, now their step is to get their actual transportation engineer team coming up with, you know, something real to look at. And I would just kudos to, again, to John Eric White, who's the city engineer in Newburyport, because he's very focused on concrete, you know, design plans of a certain type. And it's very valuable to me, who's a planner, to have him as a part of those project team meetings. So there's nothing to share quite yet, but it's continuing forward in a good direction.
Okay, well, as I've intimated before, when it does come out, I'll be giving the fine tooth comb to the no action alternative and how they treat it. But, and finally, you mentioned Ian's going to be at our workshop next week. Maybe I'm parsing your words too much. He's there on behalf of the MVPC?
Yes, he's
As
their,
part-
yep. Yeah,
Right, that's
he's
part of the
their
good-
planner.
Yeah.
It's
as
part of
this-
a grant that they applied for from the state to support some of the ongoing work on housing that, you know, sort of taking the next step after communities pass their multifamily housing to help sort of with the next set of housing goals. And we identified this task and project in the housing production plan as a priority. So his time is, his technical assistance is being, he's contracted to do this work with us,
Yeah, that's
but
good.
we're
It's a
not
good-
paying anything.
Well, it's a good example of the good stuff we get from the MVPC for a little bit of money, as I think we've been reminded of more than once. But that'll be great.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you.
All
You're
right, thank you,
welcome.
Steve. and Thank you, Kristen.
Yep.
Very, very good. if no one else has any questions for Kristen, we'll move on to liaison and meeting reports. We'll start with ZBA. Larry? Any
Thanks,
updates?
Woody. The ZBA met on September 8th. There was a continued public hearing for the project at 2 Plum Island Boulevard. That's the former Plum Island Grill property, if you recall. The project now is to erect 2 townhomes on that property. And the ZBA referred the matter to town council to draft a favorable decision. So they essentially approved it, subject to town council's draft of the decision. Another matter of interest was the Sunset Club. It was not on for public hearing. It was on for a discussion regarding the closing of the gable ends of the pavilion, the proposed pavilion. And the question that was put to the ZBA by the applicant was whether or not that was permitted under their special permit decision. And the ZBA determined that it would be considered a minor modification. So they asked for some additional renderings, and that's going to be on the agenda for their October 16th meeting to determine if that would be approved as a minor modification to their decision. And I don't know what else might be on for the 16th. So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Larry. Sunset's good information for Sunset. Conservation Commission, that would be myself. We have not met since our last meeting. And we meet next Tuesday, and I'll keep you updated. It sounds like I have not seen the agenda. I don't know if it's posted yet, so it sounds like we may have 34 Central Street on there. MVPC. Kristen or Sadie, who wants to go on that?
Thanks. We both have a report. I'm going to let Sadie talk about the regional planners group, and I'll update you on the commissioners meeting. So do you want to go first?
Yeah, so I attended the MVPC planners meeting on the 25th, and they gave a presentation about new ADU regulations that were published into the Mass General Law. It was Claire Morehouse, the accessory dwelling unit coordinator, and Philippe Zamberlini of the community assistance unit. So and they were basically talking about the new provisions in the ADU law of Mass General Law, and they were talking about some best practices for helping towns understand the new law, and some resources as well that are available for towns. And yeah, that's a short summary of what was spoken about. So.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
I've been seeing ADU commercials on TV, so they're getting the word out. So.
That's cool.
All right, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, Kristen.
No, that's fascinating.
The last 3 nights I've seen them. So
I have heard that there have been 6 applications submitted to the building inspector for ADUs since town meeting. Well, since February 2nd, and then town meeting updated our ADU bylaw. I think after going to the building inspector, they go over to Board of Health, and some of them have stalled there related to septic. But there are a lot of interesting sort of tangent considerations about a lot of it, and it's really is helpful to have that planners group where people are just kind of sharing what's going on in their towns. And Sadie and I maybe having lunch with some of the planners in our abutting towns to talk about SHOP and continue to try to learn, like, you know, how do you reduce the amount of paper? How do you, like, you know, most efficiently close out projects? We've sort of started some good conversations with some of our fellow planners, so it's been very positive. The commissioners meeting, they hadn't met since before the summer, so there was a lot of administrative approvals of 3 months of warrants, and there were a lot of updates from all the department directors. They have had some turnover. They've just hired a new transportation planner who Sadie and I met with this week, and he's great. He's comes from, he actually was working for 4 years in Salem, Mass as a transportation planner. He's worked a little bit on the Board of Boston Trail project that Salem's doing. So he will be a great resource for us, and he lives in Amesbury. So he's excited to be more local. He's also a birder, so he knew all about Newbury places. It was cool. And they also have a new environmental planner and a couple new like data analysis. So just really, really good new people coming in over there. And the other update at the commissioners meeting was they've completed their regional priority growth strategy, which is kind of stems from, I think this is a 10-year plan. So Newbury was a part of their last plan, I believe 2013. So this is the update. Each town has a little chapter. It was essentially looking at where the communities have already identified economic growth goals and housing growth goals, transportation goals. So it was really just kind of looking through our master plan, looking through the SEDS plan that was finished a couple years ago, and pulling it all together and focusing on just helping economically to grow the region as a region. And I think now that that plan has been completed, it sort of gives eligibility for funding from the state to actually support business growth. And they're doing a lot with small businesses. And if we had a full-time economic planner, there would be some great opportunities to kind of leverage that. So I'm certainly, we're staying on top of it and happy to talk more about that as it goes forward. That's it.
All right, thank you. Moving on, we have meeting minutes. Has everyone had a chance to review the meeting minutes for September 17th? And if so, do you have any edits or comments? Seeing Scott nod his head. All right. I've reviewed it myself. I don't have anything. They look good. Gonna entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes for September 17th, 2025.
So moved, sir.
And a second? Thank you, Pete.
Second. Someone.
Thank you, Steve. Yep, thank you, Steve. So, roll call vote. Motion's been made to approve the meeting minutes for September 17th. Roll call vote. Peter,
Yes, sir.
Scott,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
and I vote yes as well. Larry, you weren't in attendance, so I didn't call for you.
Yeah, I was going to abstain anyway. Woody?
Okay, yep, very good. So meeting minutes are approved, and good job on those. Thank you. I don't have anything else. And no one has anything else. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Well, I would just say thank you, Kristen, Sadie, really on the housekeeping, cleanup, and close out, or at least the continued focus. It's always hard to rewind, go back, especially on some of these you may not have been here. So it's hard work, and it's almost like a second job. So just for the record, thank you very much. It's tough work.
Thanks, Scott.
Well said. Yep. Well said, Scott. Thank you. So that was a motion, Scott?
Yes, that was a motion, Woody.
Okay, great. So motion to adjourn by Scott. Do we have a
Second.
second?
You have a second?
Thank you, Larry. Roll call vote, Pete,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Scott, and I vote yes as well.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. And have a great night, and we'll see you on the 8th.
All
Thank
right,
you.
go Sox.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
evening.
That's good.